I have to make this thing because after I made a Facebook video, I got a lot of criticism and attacks, and people came up to justify the reason why my post doesn't make any sense. But I want to put this idea out there. Hopefully, someone will eventually stumble upon this and might get inspired to do something about my worries. Now, I'm not criticizing from the place of hate, but this is coming from the place of love of a black child who has been frustrated by the movie industry. I'm an individual who, right now, I can no longer watch movies. I don't watch Nollywood. I don't even watch Hollywood. Why? Because I have a high taste for movie. One, the aesthetics, the storyline, the location have to be really impressive for me to sit down to watch. I have very few, I cannot even count more than 5 global movie directors that I respect. I'm talking about people like Stanley Kubrick, I'm talking about people like Mel Gibson, I'm talking about Tony J. So I'm talking about high standard movie directors. So you have to be very careful about the music selection, about the aesthetics is very important. The symbolism in everything is very important for me. So I've observed this phenomenon and I'm trying to put it out. Hopefully it will inspire the future generation because it's something that I noticed that we're lacking. Now, when I presented this argument, an individual told me that it was disrespectful to the people who had already doing their work. But I didn't feel ashamed about it because this is we're initiating a dialogue that will force our movie people that will go into it. Now, there is something I personally describe it as the 3-dimensional art of storytelling. And what is this 3-dimensional art of storytelling? It's about the past, the present, and the future. Now, I noticed that most black filmmakers are only good with reality TV shows and dramas and romance and all those things. But there is very few, past historical movies. I'm talking about epic movies, for example, narrate, use an example of waterfall, African warriors, giant warriors riding elephant, or maybe some kind of giant car-eating octopus, or maybe flying turtles, or maybe, I don't know, some kind of long, mighty flying ostrich. Just imagine mystic animals, imagine all those folkloric animals, all those long forgotten African folklore, be able to give us an image like that for our imagination, for our impression. Now, I'm insisting on this. I want to push this debate. I want to push this communication because you can use movie to mass educate people. There is no compromise on the quality. I will not mince my word. I will say it as it is. Our movie industry is an insult to the black race, both in the US, both in Nigeria, both in South Africa. I will not mince my word for this. It's an insult because the quality is capable of influencing an entire nation. We cannot compromise on the kind of information we put outside for our children, for our community to watch. I'm embarrassed by the movie industry. We have to work. It doesn't matter how much it's going to cost. We have to work on quality. We have to work on the story. We have to work on the aesthetics. Like I said, giant waterfall, mountainside. This alone, even if they are not there in Africa, it can inspire people to think big about this. And then there is another thing I observe is that we lack that culture of futuristic thinking. We cannot be able to imagine an alien invention, for example. We cannot be able to even imagine our people in another planet. Most of the times when our people try to make movies, you see them, they only make movies about heaven and hell and all this. They cannot imagine beyond our community, beyond the human, produce some kind of, our people. Nigeria, for example, maybe let's say we send our scientists to the space. And what are they doing? So these are the kind of challenges I'm bringing. Now, I don't want us to compromise on the quality. It doesn't matter what people want to consume. We have to convince them that this is what they need. We have to go this and do this work. Now, I have this idea. I have this mind. These things have been bugging. These things have been eating me completely. And respect to the people who have already gone into this. And if you're seeing this video, please contact me on Facebook, MAGAJI, or contact me on Twitter, Innocent MAGAJI. Drop your work to me. I will use them to promote them. I don't watch sci-fi, but if it's produced by are a black person, I don't mind spending my last kobo to go and watch or to pay you because of the work you do, because I know the quality of information is capable of changing an entire nation. So there is no compromise when it comes to the kind of information we put outside. We have to use it as a form of propaganda. You saw what Black Panther did to the black community. People were able to dream, people were able to imagine what the future will look like. From that, cities have been inspired by Akon, cities have been inspired in Ghana. This is what we are talking about, inspiration. Even if our past wasn't that very glorious, we didn't start with slavery, we have to think, we have to reimagine the past and make it look powerful. Those images we push, the sound we push, the music we select is capable of changing the nation, is capable of reformatting our brain. We can produce our powerful way in Egypt. It will educate people. One thing with movies are better than books. Movies touches different senses, up to 3 senses. You can be able to see with your eyes, you can be able to hear, and you can be able to provoke your emotion. And now when it comes to reading, there's no color. Colors are not there. You can just read and probably help imagine. But not all people are endowed to read. And movies are entertaining. They are short within 1 hour. It can give you a message that would take you months to read in a book. So we have to take this direction. There is no compromise. Sure.